Ever been told to cheer up or look on the bright side when you're feeling down? Let's be real, those words don't exactly work magic. But what if I told you that embracing your sadness could be one of the healthiest, most empowering things you could do for yourself? Yes, you heard that right. Sadness isn't the villain here. It's the unsung hero of emotional growth, waiting to help you relax, connect, and discover your true self. Intrigued? Let's dive into why it's perfectly okay and even beneficial to feel sad. Number 5. Sadness enhances empathy and compassion. Suppressing your emotions doesn't just isolate you, it can also make it harder to empathize with others. When we're out of touch with our own feelings, understanding someone else's struggles becomes more difficult. Conversely, embracing your sadness can enhance your ability to connect with others on a deeper emotional level. Dr. Brenner highlights this connection between self-awareness and empathy, noting that acknowledging sadness creates space for deeper emotional communication. This openness allows you to better understand the experiences of others, fostering mutual trust and compassion. Consider this. When you've experienced personal sadness, such as the loss of a loved one, you may find it easier to relate to someone else going through a similar situation. By drawing on your own vulnerability, you can provide meaningful support and understanding to those in need. This shared emotional understanding strengthens relationships, creating a foundation of trust and empathy. When you allow yourself to feel and express sadness, you not only grow as an individual but also become a more compassionate and supportive friend, family member, or partner. In embracing sadness, you unlock a profound human truth: that vulnerability is not a weakness, but a strength that connects us all. Number 4. Sadness fosters deeper connections. Suppressing emotions can often lead to a sense of isolation, as if we've signed an unspoken vow of silence. This silence keeps us from openly acknowledging and sharing our feelings. But when we let go of this self-imposed restraint, we open the door to building meaningful connections with others. Expressing your sadness allows others to understand and empathize with you. Dr. Grant Hilary Brenner explains that shared experiences of sadness, such as collective mourning or memorial events, can strengthen the bonds within families, communities, and even entire cultures. When we acknowledge sadness together, it fosters intimacy and cooperation, he notes. Think about the times you've had a heartfelt conversation with someone during a challenging moment. Those raw and honest exchanges can bring you closer to the other person. By being vulnerable, you not only allow yourself to heal but also provide a space for others to connect with your experience. Sadness, in this sense, acts as a bridge, one that helps us understand that we're not alone in our struggles. Rather than viewing sadness as a barrier, see it as a stepping stone for deeper human connections. By sharing your feelings, you create opportunities for genuine support, understanding, and even teamwork. Whether it's leaning on a friend during a rough patch or coming together as a community to grieve, sadness has the power to unite us. Number 3. Sadness doesn't always equal depression. It's important to differentiate between sadness and depression. Sadness is a natural, temporary emotional response to specific life events, while depression is a prolonged mental health condition that requires professional care. Conflating the two can lead to misunderstandings and unnecessary anxiety about your feelings. Sadness often stems from external factors: a tough breakup, losing a job, or failing to meet a goal. It's a temporary state, a natural reaction to life's ups and downs. Depression, on the other hand, involves persistent feelings of hopelessness and a significant impact on daily life. Brenner warns against what he calls the pathologizing of sadness, where even normal emotional lows are seen as abnormal or unhealthy. He explains, when sadness is treated as something to fix, it pollutes our mental state and prevents us from understanding our emotions fully. By acknowledging sadness as a natural emotion, you allow yourself to process and learn from it, rather than labeling it as a problem to be solved. If sadness becomes overwhelming or persistent, it's essential to seek help from a mental health professional. But in most cases, sadness doesn't need a cure, it's simply part of being human. When you allow yourself to experience sadness without judgment, you create the space to understand its source and purpose. It's a healthy reminder of your emotional capacity and your ability to adapt and heal. In a world where sadness is often stigmatized, embracing it can be a courageous act of self-care. Number 2. Sadness allows you to be true to yourself. In many cultures, sadness is often viewed as a sign of weakness, leading people to hide their true emotions behind a facade of strength. Society encourages us to stay positive or tough it out, but repressing sadness can disconnect us from our authentic selves. Dr. Grant Hilary Brenner emphasizes that once we push past this stigma, we can begin to embrace sadness as a natural and valuable part of our emotional experience. Acknowledging sadness doesn't mean you're weak, it means you're honest. Simply admitting, "I'm feeling sad," can be an act of self-acceptance that fosters a healthier relationship with yourself. Brenner highlights that embracing your emotions can lead to profound self-awareness. Overcoming the fear of crying can be transformative. Tears often bring clarity and relief, allowing us to view ourselves in a new, more compassionate light. Rather than distracting yourself or denying your feelings when sadness arises, take the time to reflect. Being truthful about your emotions, especially the less comfortable ones, helps you better understand your inner world. This kind of emotional honesty strengthens resilience and creates a foundation for personal growth. The next time you feel the weight of sadness, instead of running from it, try leaning into it. Use the moment to reconnect with yourself and your emotional needs. In doing so, you'll not only stay true to who you are but also develop the tools to navigate life's challenges with greater emotional clarity and strength. Number 1. Embracing sadness can be a stress reliever. Have you ever tried to keep a brave face while suppressing your sadness? If so, you know how utterly draining it can be. Suppressing emotions takes a surprising amount of mental and physical energy, leaving you exhausted and tense. Dr. Grant Hilary Brenner highlights that giving yourself permission to feel sad instead of resisting it can bring significant relief. When you allow your emotions to flow, whether through crying or quiet reflection, you free yourself from the exhausting effort of bottling them up. As Dr. Brenner explains, locking sadness may protect us from painful memories or thoughts, but it also consumes energy that could be used more productively. Think about the last time you allowed yourself a good cry. You probably felt lighter and more at peace afterward, didn't you? That's because releasing pent-up emotions helps alleviate the stress and tension that come with holding them back. Suppressing your feelings often requires more effort than confronting them. By addressing your sadness head-on, you not only reduce stress but also create room for emotional clarity and healing. Whether it's journaling, talking to someone you trust, or simply letting the tears flow, finding a healthy outlet for your emotions can be an incredibly freeing experience. Remember, embracing sadness doesn't mean giving in to it, it means making space for it, so you can move forward with a clearer mind and a lighter heart. And that's why it's absolutely okay to feel sad. It's not a weakness, it's a strength in disguise. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss a new upload. Until next time, stay true to yourself and remember, every feeling has a purpose. See you in the next video.